Hey, welcome guys. Tony Porter, Tabletop Baseball Digest. And what do we got tonight? I'm replaying Seaver's 1967 season. And tonight we have the Mets, and they're hosting the Chicago Cubs. It's going to be Curt Simmons, who eventually was traded to California. He's a left-hander. He will be facing Seaver. Seaver had a great season. It was his rookie season. He was 22 years old. He had a 16-13 season with a team that lost a ton of games. The Mets that year, excuse me, 61 and 101. They were 10th in the NL. And Seaver ended up having a winning record, 29 decisions. He won 16 of those. He had a 2.76 ERA, 35 games, 251 innings pitched, 170 strikeouts, 1.2 WHIP. And we're going to get started. It's going to be Adolfo Phillips. I don't know if you remember him, but he is a center fielder. He's an average center fielder. And that doesn't mean, that's not in a negative way, but he holds his own in the outfield. And let's get started. Let me grab the 3D10 from my tabletop. It should be floating around here somewhere. There they are, hiding behind some ballpark cards. Let's bring those up. You use 3D10. You read the red, then the white, and then the green is the modifier die, or I call it the informational die, because that's going to tell you what out it is. So it's a 46. That'll be off the batter. It's going to fall in the out range. With a 7 is a fly ball deep left field. Backing up is Cleon Jones, and he's there for the out. Oh no, excuse me. Tommy Davis is in left. Cleon Jones is playing right. All right, one away, and here's Byron Brown. I had to go into the additional players section to get him. Not a starter. He had 24 plate appearances, so he started early on. He may have been injured. He's 24 years old. Was batting 158 and 24 plate appearances. And the pitch, it's a 72. That'll be off the pitcher, and that's strike 3. Got him. Seaver brings the heat and blows it past Byron Brown. All right, so this is Deep Drive Baseball, $15. They have a couple of seasons. Well, one season in every decade, and then a couple of seasons now in the 70s. You got 71 and 75. Randy Hunt. No, it's Billy Williams. Excuse me. Billy Williams is up. And did I not separate? Oh yeah, here he is. All right, Billy Williams. Seaver gets a sign, winds and deals, and he's a 0-2. That's Deep Drive. With a 1, he'll get the ballpark. So this is a drive, gets into one here. And that's going to be one hop off the wall. And played by Jones, digging for second is Williams. And he's in there with a double, 2-out double for Billy Williams. Yes, sirree, Billy Williams. Let me tell you a little bit about him. Batted 278 with 28 home runs, 84 RBIs. In 1967. All right, here's Randy Hundley. Excuse me again. It is Santo. Ron Santo. I think I have these reversed, I believe. I have these reversed. Let's see, I believe. All right. Okay, Ron Santo with a runner at second base, 2 outs. Seaver checks his runner at second, and he sets and deals. And that's going to be a 0-6, which is line base hit, and around to score will be Willie Williams, and it's an RBI single for Ron Santo. The Mets trail 1-0. Ernie Banks, hey, I got it right. Finally, Ernie Banks is the first baseman. He's a 3 first baseman. That means he holds his own standard. And here's the pitch from Seaver, and that's a 96, which will fall into the out range of the pitcher with a 4. It's a hard hit ball to short. Harrelson flips to Bushek at second base. So it's a 6-4 fielder's choice, and that is all she wrote for the inning. It's 1 run on 2 hits and no errors. We go to the bottom of the first, and the Mets coming to bat, leading off, will be Cleon Jones. Yes, sirree. Cleon Jones was found naked and afraid in a van on the side of the road in Florida in 1975, and he was dragged before the New York press to apologize. Fairly shameful, just to say the least. He's a decent 3 center fielder, and he batted 246 with 5 home runs in 1967. He was starting out. That's a 53, and that'll be a deep drive. He does get the ballpark card. And that's an 88, which is a deep drive to left field, way back. That ball is gone. Home run for Cleon Jones. The game is tied. So he did get the ballpark. So that ballpark card, that ballpark result is over the fence here in New York. All right, we're in Shea Stadium, Queens, New York. Big parking lot on the other side of center field. No seats back then in center field. It's not like it is today. All right, Don Bosch. He's a center fielder, but he's a 2. He's below average. And that's going to be an 82. That'll be an out. That's bounced to third base, picked up by Santo. Strong throw to first, and out number 1. Here's Kenny Boyer. He gets traded to the Chicago White Sox. I had to pull him from that set. He plays about 200 bats with the Mets. That's going to be a 91, and a 4 will be a bouncer to third again to Santo. And he gloves it over to first, and that's 2 away. And here's Tommy Davis. Tommy Davis batted .302 with 16 home runs. He played 154 games, 93 and an 8. That's lifted to right, and Brown under it makes the catch, and that retires the side. We're playing Deep Drive Baseball. This is Tony Porter, your host. Remember to like and subscribe and comment. Let me know what you think about Deep Drive Baseball. Have you tried it? Do you want to try it? Do you hate it? What do you want to know about it? Terry Hundley against Tom Seaver. Top of the second, all tied at 1. Plays pretty quick. A 61 will be ball 4. So he shows some patience, and Seaver loses him. Hundley's on at first. He is an average runner, so it will not hurt us. Glenn Brown is up. Did I make a mistake early in the game? Let me see. Who knows? Who knows? Who cares? Brown is up. That's all I know. And the pitch, and that's a 66. Will be a check swing. The check with the first base umpire, and he rings him up. 1 away. Guy named Phillips now. Where's Kessinger? What the heck is going on with my team here? Oh, top of the order, but where's the pitcher? Where's Simmons? I don't know what happened to Simmons. He just vanished. Let me see what's going on here. Kurt Simmons is... That's weird. Hold on a second. So the last batter just... I think he struck out, right? The last batter. Let me go back a second, see who was up. It's Brown. It doesn't say Simmons. Where's Brown batting? Hold on a second. That's really strange. Something weird is going on here with the game, with my helper. It should be Brown is... Oh, it's Kessinger and Beckert, and then Williams. Brown is at the end. It's Brown and Phillips. So it should be Phillips after Brown. So he struck out. And who is it now? Okay, it is Phillips. So my leadoff guys were... I see what happened. Okay. My leadoff guys were Kessinger and Beckert. Now it's Phillips. All right. And that's a 56, a ground ball, and that's through for a base hit. And stopping at second, I believe, off the top of my head. Let me just get that quickly. Give me a second here. You know, I do the PDF. Well, that's all you can do with this game because that's all it has is a PDF. Let me take a quick look. Got a lot of stuff going on here. Playing the 1919 World Series using Stratomatic. So check that out. This will be also a highlight video. I'm just getting started here for you, giving you a feel of the game. So we're going to look at this thing here, and the average player will come around to score. Yes, he does. Well, no, I'm sorry. We'll take the extra base. He's at it first. He's on it first, so he will go to third. So it's first and third, and up comes Simmons, the pitcher. Finally, I figured this out. Okay, so It will be Simmons, the pitcher. Byron Brown, that batted before all this. And here goes. Here's Tom Seaver with 2 men on and 1 out. We're going to play back, letting another run score if it comes in. That's a 94 with a 9, and it's a fly ball, shallow center field. Hundley will hold at third on this one. Racing in is Bosch, and he gets there in time. All right, now it's Kessinger. Yay, I figured it out. The pitch. And that's a 58. That's line base hit. And that will score a run. Stopping at second base is Phillips. Let's just look at Phillips' speed. He is average. He goes to, I could roll to send him to third. I'll do that. And he is, 76. 76 on this. Where's that? Let me see. Here it is. 76 on a fast will advance to third. So let me undo that. He hustles and he makes it to third. So it's first and third. It's 2-1. Cubs. And here's Glenn Beckert with a 90, which will be a wild pitch. And that'll allow another run to score. That ball gets past Grody. He hustles after it. And Kessinger takes a big turn around second base, but decides to hold up. All right, Billy Williams. Oh, no, it's Beckert. Beckert's still there because that was a wild pitch. Yes, it is. And here is the pitch from Seaver, who's 28, and that'll be an out. That'll be bouncer to third, Boyer, Kenny Boyer, over to first, and that retires the side, but they pick up 2 runs, and they lead it 3-1. Pretty exciting start here. A lot of action. Here's Bushek against Kurt Simmons, who was not a good pitcher in 1967 at a 4.24 ERA, 31 games, 116 innings pitched, a 1.5 WHIP. That's a 19, and that 19 will be a swing and a miss. Got him with the curveball. Next up is Ron Swoboda. Ooh, a 0-6, and that's line base hit. He strokes one to left center field. Billy Williams cuts it off and gets it in. And here's Jerry Grody with a runner on first, which will be an 81, and that'll be a 0. That's lined. This could be a double play, and it is not. So it's lined to third base. All right. 2 down, 1 on. And it's Buddy Harrelson. Pitch 53, and that's going to be a deep drive with the ballpark, and that's going to be a 40, which will be a pull down the line to left field corner, and that's past Billy Williams, and he'll carry him off the fence out there, digging for Swoboda. What kind of speed? That will be a double. He is fast on a double. He may try to score. He is fast on a double. Let's try to score him. And that is going to be an 82. He does come around to score. RBI double. And I got to make a rule for the runner to advance also, like on depending on a slow runner advances on a 1, a medium runner advances on a 2, a fast runner advances on a 1, 2, 3 type thing. Seaver's up with 3-2 now the score, and House is at second. Pitch to Seaver, and that's a 0-0, which will be base on ball. So Seaver draws a walk, and he jogs down to first base. So he's going to get his jacket. Ball boy brings out his jacket, and keep him warm. We are in New York here, and this is April 1967, so it is chilly willy. Here's Cleon Jones. Cleon Jones at the plate, and Cleon Jones, as I said, he batted .246 with 5 home runs, and here's the pitch, and that's a 0-8, which will be a ground ball, and that's through for a base hit. Harrelson should come around to score. Let's double check. He's average. Now he's fast. We may have to roll for that, and we would try to score him, and he comes around to score. And Seaver go to third. He's fast. We'll roll to send Seaver to third, and he does make it to third. All right, so the game is tied. The Mets have tied it up here in the bottom of the second. While we're scoring runs and hittings, I'm not cutting away. Here's Bosch, Don Bosch. Don Bosch, 140 hitter, 100 plate appearances. Pitch from Curtis with a 10, and that's strikeout. And that ends the inning. Got him looking. And we go to top of the third. See what happens in the top of the third. See if we can, if the game will slow down a little bit. It's all tied at 3. So basically in 2 innings, we've had 6 runs and 8 hits. Billy Williams, and that's an 84 with a 5, which will be grounded to the second baseman, Bouchek, over to first, and that is 1 away. All right, we're in the bottom of the fourth, and the Mets have a couple of players on. It is Harrelson at first, Grody at third, and Seaver's going to bunt, and they're going to hold Grody. It's a 32, and that'll be an out. So it's going to be a good bunt to who? To 5, which is third baseman. And runner moves up. Oh, no, that I accidentally scored. So runner moves, hold on a second. Runner moves up on a sacrifice. Let's see, how do I do this? Fielder's choice, ground ball. It does give me the option to, hold on a second. Okay, it's a bunt here. Run on third. No, hold at third. Run at second. And then I gotta do 5 to 3. So it should be good now. Yeah, second and third, perfect. So good bunt by Seaver, and that puts runners at second and third with 1 out, and up comes Cleon Jones. Kurt Simmons deals 28, and the 28 will be off Jones, and it's going to be a 6, which is a ground ball to short. Oh man, infield in. I don't know the rule to that. Infield in, ground ball to short. Where are the rules now? It is kind of late. That's why I'm keeping it a little bit tamer, a little quieter than normal. Here it is. Okay, playing the infield in on a regular G6. There's not doubles right now. G6. So, playing infield in at the corners, playing outfield in. All right, let's see. Come on now. Defensive manager. Playing safe on the bases. Less than 2 out. I have second and third. Everybody's going to hold. Problem solved. Everybody holds. Let's see. So we're going to go here. Ground ball. It's going to be 6-3. They look the runners back. And we got 2 holes. And that's going to bring up 2 outs. That's going to make it 2 outs. And Bosch, the batter, Don Bosch. Pitch from Simmons, a 0-8. And that's a swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that retires the side. Mets stranded a couple in scoring position, and it's Simmons leading off the top of the 5th with a 24, which will be strike 3, and Seaver picks up yet another strikeout for Tom. Terrific. Let's see, he's got 6 so far in this game, doing a good job. All right, now it's a walk and a double by Beckert, and we got runners on second and third for Billy Williams. You got Kessinger at third, you got Beckert at second, and Billy Williams, always a dangerous hitter. Here's the pitch. Infield is back at 56, and that's a ground ball, and that's through the infield. And play by Jones, and right coming around to score is Kessinger, and right behind him is Beckert. And the Cubs lead it 5-3. Holy smokes, just like that. And here's Santo, Ron Santo. The pitch, a 94 with a 1 will be pop-up. And that 4 is going to be to the catcher. Foul out to the catcher behind the plate. And that's out number 2. Next up is Ernie Banks. Ernie Banks batted .276 with 23 home runs in the pitch. And that's a 60, which will be ball 4. Another walk allowed by Tom Terrific. So far in this game, Terrific's allowed 3 walks and 5 runs. Holy smokes. And and now the Mets have gotten off to a rough start. They're 1-5. Here's Randy Hundley pitch. And that's an 11, which will be a check swing, little blooper, and that dunks in over Harrelson's glove. And let's see, Billy Williams is at second base. Can he score? He may be able to score. He is going to be fast. He's going to be fast. So let's look at that. Here he is, and he will have a chance to score. We're going to roll to score him, and he will score. So Billy Williams scores, and Banks. What is Banks? Banks is also fast, so we're going to try to get him to third, and he makes it to third. So it's 6-3 now with 2 outs, and up comes Byron Brown. And Byron Brown batted .158. The pitch from Seaver, a 74, which will be a defensive check. Holy smokes. A 99 on a defensive check. 99 on a defensive check. And a 99 on a defensive check will be the left fielder. And that's going to drop in for a single against Tommy Davis. There's no way he caught that. Let's quickly look. Tommy Davis is a 3, a 99. It will drop in. So 1 run scores, the other one will hold at second base. So now it's Phillips, Adolfo Phillips. Scores 7-3, and that's going to be it for Tom Terrific. I can't leave him in there anymore. That's just, it's just pitiful at this point. Pitiful. So we're going to the bullpen, and we're going to call on the guy named Shaw. Shaw will come in. Let's grab Shaw. So unfortunately, I expected this to be a pretty good game with the Mets getting the big opportunity and doing the damage, but it's been the opposite. It's been the Cubs against the ace, Tom Terrific here. But that's fine. He'll have plenty of starts, and we're looking for, who are we looking for? Shaw. You know what? Shaw may be one of those guys that played on 2 teams. So that's why I'm not finding him. That's what happens when you don't find a player. It's because you got to go and look for the other team he played on. So I don't think we're gonna call on Shaw right now because I'm not in the mood to go looking for the player. I just cut all these cards, prepared them all for this game. Playing. Oh, there he is, Don Shaw. All right. So Don Shaw will come in for Tom Seaver, and we are ready. Here's Phillips, and that's a 53, which is going to be line base hit. That'll score Hundley, and going to third is Brown. So Seaver's ERA is taking a beating in this second season start for Tom Terrific. And here's the pitcher, Kurt Sims, with a 34, and that'll be a ground ball to short. Easy play for Harrelson. Flips to Bushek, and that retires the side, but not before. The Cubs come up with 5 big runs, and they take an 8-3 lead. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Let's see if the Mets can get something going here. Here's a pitch from Simmons. The 47 is not going to do it, and that is a 6 hard hit ball in the hole. And Kessinger, strong arm, and what a play! Kessinger got to that ball and let her fly, and it made it there in time for the out. One away. Here's Tommy Davis, and that's a 90, which will be a fly ground ball to the second baseman. Beckert throws to first, 2 down. And here's Bushek with a 0-3, which will be a hard hit line drive, base hit, center field. Rips one to center. Two out, 1 on, and Ron Swoboda with 0-6, and that's going to be a line drive, base hit to left center field. And digging for third is Bushek, first and third. Bushek is a slow, but he will become average, so I'm going to have to roll to send him to third, and I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to keep him at second base. So Swoboda strokes a single, and that puts runners on first and second with 2 outs, bottom of the 5th. Mets trail 8-3 early on in this game, 27, and that'll do it. With an 8 is a fly ball, high fly ball to right field. Brown and Phillips come together. Brown calls him off, makes the catch, and that retires the side. It is 8-3 Cubs, 8-9-0 for the Cubs, 3-9-0 for the Mets. Hey guys, good morning. We're in the top of the 8th inning. It's 9-6. The Mets picked up 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th, and both starters have been knocked out. It's 9 runs, 12 hits, and 1 error for the Cubs, and 6 runs, 12 hits, and no errors for the Mets. We are in the top of the 8th inning. On the mound is a guy named Bob Shaw. I played both with the Mets and the Cubs. I pulled his card from the Cubs, and he had a 1.4 whip, 4.61 ERA, a 3.11 record at age 34. He will be facing a guy named Glenn Beckert, second baseman for the Cubs. And here's the pitch, and that is going to be a 74 and an out, a fly ball to right field, and the right fielder Jones towards the line a few steps, and he's under it for the out. So that's 1 away. Billy Williams is next. And Billy Williams is ready to roll, and that's going to be a 61, which will be a ground ball and through for a base hit past the diving Buddy Harrelson. And Ron Santo now with Billy Williams. Now let's see if Billy Williams is a base stealer. If he is a 10. He had 6 stolen bases. Not really. But I'll with a 10, and let's see, it's a +1 hold there, and for the Mets, Grody, let's see what kind of arm he has, if there's anything special. 0, so there's no special effect there. So it's an 11. We'll try to steal. There he goes, and he is safe. Stolen base for Billy Williams. That puts him on second base for Ron Santo. And a 23 will be a base on balls. So Ron Santo has a high number there. 14-23 is, so he must have had a ton of walks. He had an on-base percentage of almost 400, 395. All right, so we got first and second with 1 out, and here is Ernie Banks. Ernie Banks hit 23 home runs, 276 batting average, and the pitch from Bob Shaw, 33. And with a 4 is a hard hit ball to third base, goes to second for 1, back to first, double play. They turn it, and the Mets get out of that inning. We go to the bottom of the 8th, and the Mets down by 3 runs here, 9-6 in a game that Seaver started and gave up 7 runs. Ouch. We're gonna see a pinch hitter here for the Mets against the righty Joe Niekro. It will be Steady Eddie Kranepool. We're going to give him a call. He's going to pick up a helmet and a bat. How do you feel about the new rules where you can challenge a pitch? Is that in effect this year in the MLB? I'm wondering. All right, so here's Eddie Kranepool against Joe Niekro, the pitch, and that's an 83, and lined and caught by the first baseman Banks, ripped, but pulled down the line, but Banks was right there to snag it. Top of the order now for the Mets. It will be Cleon Jones leading off How's Cleon Jones doing today? Let's quickly look at he's got 2 hits and 2 RBIs. Cleon Jones does. And a home run, his first of the year. And here's the pitch, and that is a 57, which will be line base hit to left. Played on a hop by the left fielder Williams. Gets it into Kessinger, and Jones rounds first. He will not be going anywhere, down by 3 runs here in the 8th inning. Up comes Don Bosch. The pitch from Necro, a 78 and a 0. That's lined to the first baseman and caught. Will they double him off first? No. Dives back to the bag. So ripped, sweet spot for Bosch, but right into the glove of the first baseman, Ernie Banks. Here's Kenny Boyer. Kenny Boyer batted .249 with 7 home runs. He played with the Mets and with the Chicago White Sox. He was in the American League. The pitch, and that's a 52. That's a deep drive off the bat of Boyer. He's a righty, so he will get the park effect, and a 59 will be off the wall. So pull down the line, 1 hop off the wall, and rattles around out there. Williams grabs it, and Jones may try to score here with 2 outs. Let's take a look. Jones is fast, so he will be very fast. And here we go again, looking for those charts. I gotta put this one up somewhere. I found it. Gotta put this one up, so I just have it. So on a double, question mark, so he will try to score, and he is gonna be out. What? He's gonna be out. Oh my God. Let me see. Hold on a second. Here it is. Very fast. Hold. No. Oh yes, he is thrown out. Oh wait. What does that mean? He's out. 98 to 100 is to 0-0. Actually, 98 to 99 will be out. He is thrown out at the plate. Oh my goodness gracious. Down by 3, tries to score. But the third base coach waved him around. Yes, he did. So that's what happens to us for being greedy, greedy, greedy. So it's going to be, who was it hit to? The green die will tell us it's a 4. And that is the center fielder. So it's going to be on a double. Well, I said it was Billy Williams, so it's going to be Williams to Kessinger. The cutoff throws home. So it's a 7-6-2, and he's out at the plate. An assist for the shortstop. For the outfielder, I guess. I don't know if the shortstop gets an assist. All right, we're going to need a new pitcher. We're going to bring in a guy named Ron Taylor. You know what? We're going to go with a guy named Selma, Dick Selma. Let's grab Dick Selma out of the bullpen. Call on him. He runs in from the bullpen. Dick Selma. It is early in the morning, 4:40 a.m. Yes, sirree. All right, here's Dick Selma. He's ready to roll. He will be facing Hundley. We're in the top of the 9th here. The Mets trail by 3. And that's a 59, which will be ball 4. So he waits it out and manages a walk. Selma, frustrated with himself at allowing that walk here. Here's Byron Brown. We're going to try to bunt with him, and that's going to be a 43, which will be a good bunt. To who? To 1, which is the pitcher. And Phillips. Phillips has a hit today. He just picked up a hit. Let's see. He has 3 hits today. He's 3 for 4. All right, so he's having a great day. Here's the pitch from Selma, and that's a 40 with an 8. That's a fly ball right field. In the gap on the run is Jones, and Jones runs it down for the out, number 2. Hundley could tag up, but he will not. And we are going to bring in a pinch hitter here against Selma. It's going to be a guy named, he only had 3 at bats, so I'm not going to go for him. Let me go for somebody I know I'm going to have on the bench, a guy named Thomas, because I don't want to start having to print out cards right now. It is what did I say it was? It's 4:40 in the a.m. Woke up about 3-ish. I'm going to go back to lie down a little bit and watch some, a little bit of TV, maybe read. Clarence Jones. Who am I looking for again? Thomas. Lee Thomas. Yeah, he doesn't bat against, probably had no at bats versus lefties because he's got his L circled. So that means he doesn't face lefties very much, if at all. All right, so there's a runner on second base. Hundley, I don't know what his speed is. Hundley is average speed, but with 2 outs he'll be fast. And the pitch, and that's a 0-3, which is going to be a base hit, and that will score a run. So an RBI single makes the score 10-6. First pitch rips it to center field, and Hundley was on the run. He will come around to score. So a big pinch hit single for a little insurance for the Cubbies here at Shea Stadium. And it looks like some of the fans are slowly heading towards the exits, losing hope here in the 9th inning. The Mets trail by 4 now. Next up is Don Kessinger. And that'll be a 68, which will be strike 3. Got him. Got him with this nice slider. And Glenn Beckert. Oh, that ends the inning. So we're going to go with a guy named Bruce Hands for the Cubs. He will come in to pitch. I'm sorry, did I call him Bruce Hands? Bill Hands. Excuse me. Bill Hands was at a 1.2 whip, 150 innings pitched, 2.46 ERA, 49 games, 6 saves. So I have a feeling that he was both a starter and he was both a starter and a reliever because he has both those numbers. And I don't know if they have a closer. You know, who's officially their closer? It usually says closer on the card. I don't think they have a closer. No. The Cubs were 87-74, so they were 13 games above 500, finished 3rd place in 1967. Leading off will be Tommy Davis, the left fielder. 302 batting average, 16 home runs, so he's probably the best Mets hitter. That's a 0-3, a deep drive with the ballpark, and that ball is going to be one hop off the wall. Digging for second is Davis. Here's the throw, and he is in there ahead of that throw with a double, leadoff double off Bill Hands here in the bottom of the 9th for the Metsies. Next up is Jerry Bushek, the pitch, and that's a 93, and that'll be a 3. Bouncer to third. He looks at Davis, and one away. Up comes Ron Swoboda, not a great outfielder. And an 87, that'll be an out. That's lined and caught by the second baseman. Will it be a double play? And no, it is not. L4. So he hit it on the sweet spot, but right into the glove of the second baseman, Beckert. It was a bullet, a BB, off Swoboda's bat. And let's see. Swoboda had 2 hits today. Next up is Grody. He's 1 for 4. And the Mets down to the last out here in a game where they trailed by 4 runs, 10-6. And it's going to be a 51. That'll be a deep drive. No ballpark effect. 20-26 is gone, and the 64 will be over the center fielder's head and hits off the base of the wall. Coming around to score will be Davis. So it's a RBI double here, 10-7 for Jerry Grody. The Mets still alive here with 2 outs. And Buddy Harrelson comes up. We will let him bat. 3 shortstop, which is standard. And he did play a lot, 151 games. He's only 23 years old in 1967. Wow, it's nice to see all these young players that are going to stay with the Mets for a long, long time. I remember Buddy Harrelson in the late 70s with the Mets, 70, and that'll be a defensive check. And we rolled a 16. A 16 will be to the pitcher. The pitcher's fielding rating is a 3. That'll be an error off the pitcher's glove. Drops in front of him, picks it up, whips it to first, but not in time. So it's an E1, according to the scorekeeper. And we're going to call on a pinch hitter here. It's going to be, do we have Larry Stahl? Let's see. The lefty, Larry Stahl. I just kind of go with the guys who had the most at bats. There he is, Larry Stahl. Pretty good center fielder. Doesn't hit against lefties. He's got that L circled. Here's the pitch, and that's a 90, and that'll be a wild pitch. That'll bring in a run. So Stahl. And run scores House into second base. So the tying run is at the plate here. A 2-run homer would tie this game at 10 apiece. Can Larry Stahl hit a homer? Yes, he can. Didn't hit many. Hit only one. But 10 to 12 would be a home run, or if he gets the park effect, he would get that home run as well. All right, let's see what happens. Oh, it's a 0-0. That's a deep drive. A deep drive. And he does get the park effect. Holy smokes, he does get the park effect. So he's got a bunch of numbers, 0 to 9 and 84 to 99. That ball's gone. And that ball's going to be a 69, which will be a drive, a double in the gap. That's going to split the outfielders and roll to the wall. And coming around to score is Harrelson. The score is 10 to 9. Holy smokes. The Mets are 1 run away, and the tying run is in scoring position at second base. Cleon Jones, who today so far has 3 hits, a home run, 2 RBIs, and 2 runs scored. And they're not going to walk him just because they're not going to put on the go-ahead run or the winning run, it would be. So let's see what happens here. It's going to be Bill Hance trying to get after Cleon Jones here with 2 outs. The tying run at second base. The score is 10 to 9, Chicago. And here's a roll. Here's the pitch, and here's the swing, and that's a 23, which will be a line out to the shortstop, Kessinger, and that's the ball game. Yikes. But what a game that turned out to be. Holy smokes. And I was expecting a pitcher's duel, and I got a barn burner. That's 10 runs, 14 hits, 2 errors for the Cubs. But the Mets out-hit the Cubs. 9 runs, 17 hits, and no errors. The win goes to Kurt Simmons. He's 1-1. The loss goes to Tom Terrific. He's 0-1. It is his rookie season. And Billy Williams will get the MVP. Williams went 4 for 5. Williams hit a couple of doubles. And he drove in a couple of runs. Scored 2 runs. And stole a base, by the way. I mean, just look at the pitching. Yeah. So Simmons went 5 and 2/3 innings, gave up 12 hits and 3 earned runs. Seaver, on the other hand, ouch. He went 4.2 innings, gave up 8 earned runs, 3 walks, and 8 hits. So he really had a rough time of it. But anyway, that's about it, guys. Thanks for watching. This is Tony Porter. Remember to like and subscribe, and let me know how you feel about Deep Drive Baseball. Have you tried it? Check it out. It's a fun game for sure. It's $15, and you get all the players, and it's a super easy game to play, as you can see. All right, take care now. Have a great night and a great day.